What's up, guys, and welcome back to my very first book review series today. We're going to talk about some of the best books that I've read in the past few weeks. And if you know anything about me, you know that I'm reading like crazy. I use Audible on my phone, and I wish they sponsored me, but they don't. Like, let's be honest, I would love to have them as a sponsor. But now I pay the monthly fee and pay for my books like everyone else. But I have a ton of books. I think I bought close to 35 books this year, and I've read all of them all the way through. And they've completely changed my life. Like, you wouldn't understand the difference they've made for me. It's unbelievable, like the knowledge that I've gained from some of these. And so I'm probably just gonna do one of these maybe every month, every few months, for myself to look back on. If you guys watch it, that's fine, but part of it's for me to like look back and be like, what did I gain out of those books? Like, why did I read those? Why were they so big for me? And so I can remember, like, if I need to look back into it and remind myself of some important key concept or something. So the first one I want to talk about, this is Audible, is recommended from my friend Brian. It is called The Power of Habit, Why We Do What We Do in Life and Business. Trying to remove my camera a little bit so it's a little bit more professional, you know? But we all have bad habits. I can show you guys, this is kind of embarrassing, but I'm a chronic nail biter. And if this focuses on my nails here, you guys can see. For some reason, the focus on this isn't getting close enough, but you can look at my fingers right here and you can see how short my nails are. Bleeding, no nail. Like, it's literally just like a nub with finger. And I actually bite my nails until they bleed pretty much on a daily basis. Actually, I struggle to play piano and type because I bite my nails so much. And I've never been able to stop it. I've had ex-girlfriends try to stop me. I've had people, I painted them, I mean, with like bad tasting stuff that's supposed to stop you. I've done everything. None of it's ever worked. And this book kind of talks about why we do that, like why you're addicted. Maybe you're addicted to drugs, maybe you're addicted to alcohol, maybe you're addicted to whatever, computer games. Everyone may or may not have something. Turn me into this, and this book talks about breaking that, and it's so powerful because it identifies the ways that you can get through it. It identifies the most important key concepts and how you can actually break through. But before I talk about the bad, before I talk about, like, you know, the bad habits, talk about good habits. So we also have good habits in our life, and this book really makes a good point of talking about them. So my good habit is I wake up at 6 in the morning, I work out for 30-45 minutes, then I meditate for 15 minutes. And then my reward for that good habit is a protein shake. And so in order to create good habits in your life, you have to create a reward-based system. So whether that reward is a protein shake, feeling good about yourself, or allowing yourself to play a computer game, you have a reward. So if you're trying to add a new habit to your life and you want it to stick, you have to actually add these rewards in. It's a really good way to make it happen. And so let's say you're fat, let's say you really want to lose weight, but for some reason you can't get yourself to work out, or you do it for 2 weeks and then you stop because you're like, that's too much work, I can't do that. Well, if you find a way to turn a reward out of that outcome, that was a weird sentence. If you find a way to get a reward out of that, you are going to have, you're gonna have some big success. So let's say you go to the gym in the morning, and then after you go to the gym, you come back, and maybe your reward is you feel amazing. Maybe your reward is you know that you're not gonna die early because you're not fat. There's 100 things you can make your reward, and that feeling is what you chase. But to trigger that feeling, you have to work out. Now, there are other things that are called triggers, and they happen before you work out. So for me, my trigger is my alarm goes off. When the alarm goes off, I work out. That's the trigger. Alarm, I work out. Just like how maybe when you take a shower, you get in the water and you put shampoo in your hair and you don't even think about it, that's your trigger. You get in the shower, shampoo goes in the hair, I brush my teeth in the shower, that's my trigger. So you have a trigger that causes something to happen, and once you trigger that action, that is how it becomes habit, and then adding the reward in results in it happening more. So that's how good habit happens. Trigger, reward, trigger, reward. Do that consistently for a couple days and you will easily have a new habit. And I mean easily, it's really not hard at all. If you want to work out, add a trigger, whether that's your alarm, whether that's you getting home from work, whether that's your dad's garage door closing, have a trigger, have a reward, have a system, and then it's just gonna work. Just like brushing your teeth, just like walking in the bathroom and taking out my contacts, and I don't think about it, I just do it, it's a habit. So now we're gonna jump on to bad habits, and these are tough. It's tough for me to actually go into this because I'm kind of failing at this one myself right now, and I have for the last 23 years failed at it. And nothing's worked. Like I'm telling you guys, I remember hanging out with one of my ex-girlfriends, and we were sitting on our couch watching Planet Earth together, and I started biting my nails. I try not to bite around my girlfriends. I was biting around her, and she was like trying to help me, and so every time I bit my nail, she would like grab my arm and like rip it away, grab it, rip it away, grab it, rip it away. And that is when I realized how bad my habit was, because she was grabbing my arm like every 20 seconds, every 15 seconds. She'd reach up and grab it and pull it down and set it down, and I would not even think about it, and boom, be in my mouth again, boom, up there, ripping my nails off, bleeding. If my nails are gone, I'm biting the cuticles. I mean, I still destroy my fingers. And so according to this book, the exact same principles apply. You have a trigger that causes this to happen. I'm still trying to find my trigger. I don't know what it is, but if you identify your trigger, that's going to help you stop. So is it time of the day? Is it because you're bored? Is it because you're stressed? Is it because you have anxiety? Is it because of a million different things? And once you figure out the trigger, it's going to be really easy to try to change that into a new habit. So your goal isn't to get rid of the habit, but it's to keep the trigger and add a new positive habit to it. So let's say I figure out what's wrong with me. I figure out I'm biting my nails because I am stressed. Well, once I get stressed, I know I'm going to start biting my nails if I don't do something. Well, it's not easy to get rid of stress. But what I could do is, maybe I'm stressed, I pull out a stress ball and start really squeezing that stress ball. Maybe that becomes my new habit. Maybe I start spinning a fidget spinner. Maybe I go for a quick walk. That becomes my habit. I'm stressed, stress ball. I don't bite my nails. I'm not destroying my fingers, and that's a plus, that's a positive. And so if you guys have a bad habit and you want to get rid of it, step one is identify how or why it happens. Identify what causes it. So become self-aware. That's the hardest part. I don't recognize it a lot of time. I'll notice that I'm doing it when I'm 3 fingers in and I'm already bleeding, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't use that finger for the next 3 days. It's not a good way to do it. So you need to be more mindful and aware of when you're doing your habits. And then when you become aware of those habits, when you realize, okay, every single time it hits 9 p.m., I go drink a bunch of alcohol because I'm an alcoholic, maybe, I don't know. That's your trigger. 9 p.m., maybe you're feeling lonely, that's what you do. So to fix that, maybe it's 9 p.m., you call your dad, call your friend, hang out. So you want to substitute a new habit in. So you can do that in your personal life, but you can also do that in your business life. So I don't really want to get too into this because this is more, these are more like self-improvement, not necessarily business talks yet, because I don't really have a successful business, so I don't feel qualified to discuss this too much. I will one day. But if you're curious, the same things apply to business. You can have habits for a business. So if a company markets to you like Starbucks and makes your morning habit, I'm gonna go get a cup of Starbucks, well, that's a very powerful marketing tool, because now every single morning you're getting a cup of Starbucks. Now that's part of your daily habit. Now you're buying Starbucks and not even thinking about it. Imagine the implications if companies did that. They're pretty wild. In fact, they are crazy. Target, for example, used to track your purchases. Back in 2001, Target used to target pregnant women. What do I mean by this? Well, pregnant women had a habit of buying the exact same things at the store when they were pregnant. If you're pregnant, you're more likely to break other habits. You're going through a big change. So instead of getting Pampers diapers, or instead of getting the same exact brand of chocolate milk that you would get every single week, once you're pregnant, chemistry in your brain changes and you're more likely to switch to a new product. So Target realized this, and they thought, if we can exploit this, we can get them to use our brands, or use, our store, make our store part of their habit. So Target started tracking purchases of females that were pregnant, and to determine if they were pregnant, Target actually looked at previous habits of confirmed pregnant women and said, okay, if a woman is pregnant and she buys these 5 items, there's a let me start over. If a woman buys these 5 items, there's like a 98% chance she's pregnant. If she buys these 10 items, there's a 100% chance she's pregnant. Or if she buys a single cart, a little, what do you call that, a little baby stroller, nothing else, she's just buying it for a friend. So their algorithm actually 100% of the time would identify pregnant women, which they then targeted with habit-based marketing to basically change what they bought. And so once they weren't pregnant anymore, they now got into the habit of buying Target products because they were preyed on by Target while they were in a weaker mind state due to the pregnancy, which allowed the brain chemistry to change. So I don't know how well I explain that, but it's got some crazy implications. So if you can figure out how to use habits for your own life for the good in your business or to help other friends out, it's really, really cool. And it's a great way to stop your bad habits. So I don't know how well that went. I've never done a book review, and I left out a bunch of stuff. Those are just like the 2 biggest tips I took out of it. So future Zach, don't forget this stuff. And if you guys enjoy this and you guys want to see more of these, which maybe you do, yeah, please let me know. Leave a comment below and tell me what bad habits you guys have that you're going to try to break. Very curious to hear. I think we've all got something, whether it's big or small, whether you're biting your fingers until they bleed, or you're doing something simple like you're eating an extra cookie when you really shouldn't be, and that's part of your habit. Let me know what it is, guys. Don't forget to spread the love, and I'll see you all tomorrow.